You are listening to Shaun of the South podcast, brought to you by Food City, fresh, local, and full of flavor. From certified Angus beef and locally grown produce to fresh sushi, wings, and Dietz and Watson deli meats, Food City has it all, ready to go. Enjoy curbside pickup, full-service floral, and pharmacies that accept thousands of insurance plans and benefit cards. Earn fuel bucks and save at any Gas and Go fuel center, because nobody does food like Food City. Find your nearest store at foodcity.com. I come from a long line of porch sitters. This is why I'm always on my porch. In my neighborhood, I am affectionately known as that weirdo freak who always sits on his porch. This is usually said in a positive way, of course. But I can't help it. Since infanthood, the only place I've ever wanted to be was a porch. There I'd be, wearing my onesie, crawling on the porch, drooling on myself, and testing the maximum capacity limits of my diaper. Whenever my mother's friends visited, they would pick me up, they would take me inside, and I would start crying. Then they would return me to the floorboards and say, "There's something wrong with Sue's baby." People would continue saying this for many years thereafter. My current porch is a modest place, but a beautiful place and peaceful. You can hear far-off trains passing through Birmingham or listen to neighborhood dogs communicating via the International Bark Telegraph. We have a haint blue porch ceiling, rocking chairs. The hanging ferns on my porch are my favorite. We have 8 ferns in total. They are healthy and lush because my wife makes me place them in the yard, one by one, whenever it's about to rain. This is because my wife sincerely believes rainwater is better than hosepipe water, which is an old wives' tale, of course. Just like the wives' tale that says that children can't swim for an hour after they eat lunch or they'll drown, which is scientifically proven to be false. Do you remember that wives' tale? For decades, due to this misinformation, millions of young Americans missed countless carefree swimming hours whilst their mothers caught up on the latest installments of Days of Our Lives. I often begin my porch sitting early, before sunup. I see the whole day begin. The birds start about 5 a.m. in preparation for sunrise, which is a pretty big deal in bird world. The birds get louder and louder, and soon the whole earth has become a bird sanctuary, and they're all celebrating dawn. No 2 bird calls are the same. I love that. There are chirps, twitters, warbles, hollers, screeches, cries, hoots, cheeps, caws, whistles, chatters, bellowing, croaking, trilling, buzzing, whippoorwilling, clicking, peeping, chattering, and a chickadeeing. And you can get lost in all that bird noise that you hear from my porch. I don't know when we quit building front porches, but we did. Once upon a time, every house had one. People would sit outside to count cars and wave at neighbors. But today, we have back decks. Nobody counts cars anymore, and even fewer wave. But then, a lot has changed since olden days. About 100 years ago, America had sidewalks. Today, we have a staggering 80% fewer sidewalks than we did. At one time in history, 70-some% of American school children rode bikes. Today, that number is in the single digits. We used to have newspapers, magazines, and comic books. Today we have phones. Once upon a time, in America, nearly 80% of Americans, even young professionals, admitted to occasionally taking daily naps. Today, only 17% of Americans admit to taking a nap. But when you sit on your front porch, you fall back in time. You see neighborhood cats, ferns, birds. If you're lucky, you might even drift off to sleep for a minute. When you wake up, you realize that even though things are different than from 100 years ago, life is still good. People are still wonderfully insane. Kids still ride bikes somewhere in America. Naps still happen. People are just too proud to admit it. People do still greet their neighbors, and the birds will always sing. And something is still definitely wrong with Sue's baby.
Well, thanks for listening to Sean of the South. I've been your host today, Sean Dietrich, and it has been a true privilege. To find out anything more about what I do, you can visit SeanDietrich.com, or for those who are not particularly good spellers, you can visit SeanOfTheSouth.com, and there you can find out all sorts of information that you didn't know you didn't need to know about me. And while you're there, I hope you take the time to drop me a line. Tell me what's important to you. Tell me what's going on in your life. I'd like to hear it. And in case anyone hadn't told you today already, I love you. Now go say that to somebody else. Have a great day.